And Rupert, I wonder if you had a room full of board members, investors, executives, what would be the one principle or the one bit of advice you'd be giving them in order to be able to better anticipate and manage climate litigation risks so that they can take positive, proactive steps today as opposed to taking reactive steps in 5 or 10 years?
So one of the best ways to manage exposure to these sorts of risks is to align with the goals of the Paris Agreement and have ambitious and clearly articulated, transparent climate targets that would reduce emissions rapidly in the near term, would minimize dependence on speculative technologies, and would be consistent with pathways that reduce emissions very rapidly, and limit warming overall to 1.5 degrees in the long term. Now, going forward, the best way to minimize risks would ultimately be for firms that would stop emitting greenhouse gases to the atmosphere as quickly as they possibly can and remove their historical contributions from the atmosphere as quickly as they could as well. That would be the ideal set of circumstances that would ultimately minimize their exposure to climate damages claims as well as climate related mitigation claims. But as an absolute minimum and as a baseline, alignment with the goals of the Paris Agreement and with sectoral pathways that rapidly reduce greenhouse gas emissions over the coming decades would be one way to reduce exposure to potentially highly disruptive transitions